am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick-Nick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick-Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Hello. Good evening. All right. So we were supposed to come back an hour after our early edition this morning, but we weren't able to do that. But we are back for a next big show, around an hour long, but it will be an hour strong. I am Manning's Man, and this is I Am Sure Sports. All right, and we continue to do what we do. You understand me? People don't understand that we are so confident in who we are and what we are becoming, that we care not what haters say or those who dislike us. You don't have to agree with us, but we're going to keep on doing what we are doing. We're going to do what we believe is right, continue to help and support so we can help to build a better nation. And who don't like it, hey, that's cool. That's up to you. Do life the way you want to do it. I encourage your people. Don't live your life the way people want you to live it. Live your life how you believe is best for you to live it. So you hold yourself accountable. That's one of the things that happened today when we were discussing with Atal Benny Franklin. If you didn't watch that, you need to go and watch it, as he took responsibility for the decisions that he made and the pathway of his life. And so we live what we believe is best, and we take responsibility for all our life's decisions. That's just who we are. But we, above that, we are guided and protected by the Most High God. So we are confident that no weapon, this is a promise for those who have received Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior, that no weapon that is formed against them shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against them in condemnation shall be proven wrong. For this shall be our heritage as children of the Most High God, and our righteousness is of the Most High God. And there are always more for us than there are against us, and greater is he that resides on the inside of us than he that is in the world. For the weapons of our warfare, people, they are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of every stronghold and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and to bring every thought unto the subjection of the Holy Spirit. You understand that? You understand me? So though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we fear no evil. But the Most High God is with us, and his rod and his staff, they comfort us. You hear me? I tell you, we are righteous. So we are as bold as lions. Understand that. For our Most High has not given us a spirit of fear, but that of love and of a sound mind. Yep. Up. Big up man like Andre Darby. We need to finish up what we are dealing with, you know. Daniel Smith, man from out west. Rob Smith. You understand me? Fresh, good. Yeah, man, man. Big up yourself in a fresh. You understand me? Ever true to the thing. Ronaldo ranking. Yeah, man, bless up, man. Every time you hear a ranking, remember the Lana ranking. You understand me? Big baller. You understand me? Yeah, man. Yeah, but people, we have a lot of nice things lined up for you this week. But listen, Jamaica College must be the most powerful school in the entire Jamaica, you know. So, yo, Sauti, Jado Star, Sauti, yo, a long time you know see the man. I hear from the man. Bless up, you know, Sauti. Bless up. Jason, bless up. T-Got. Sure improvement. Oh my God, the beautiful lady. You understand me? Yeah. So bless up. Listen, people, you know the normal thing. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. No, Jamaica College must be one of the most powerful schools in when it comes down to schoolboy sports as it relates to the rules, how they are applied, and how they interpret them. And they always find themselves, no matter how much you believe that they are going to get themselves in some sort of problems, they always have an escape route, a loophole in how the rules are constructed that allow them not to suffer. But this latest case, I heard that, and this is what is happening, you'd have heard that Hydel would have used a player that is not supposed to be used, and Jamaica College used a player. I understand the player was at Dintil as a goalkeeper, right? And that played for Jamaica College, and there are some other issues there. And so they may lose some points and may get in some problems. This is Jamaica College and for Hydel in the Manning Cup. Now, this is very close to me because last season, I remember that there were several schools in the Dacaster Cup, Manning's being one of those schools, who they kept the rule. I mean, there was no flexibility. There was no bending of the rule. There was no lawyer that they could get because ISSA was adamant that the players were not going to play, and they did not. Manning's was one of those schools, and there were 6 other schools that had players who had to sit out. What I can't understand is that every time it comes to the Blues up there and all up road, that they always find a way that the players who, based on the rule, are not supposed to play, can play, and the rule can't do anything about that. In fact, when everything broke, I'm going to read this, right? This person who sent me this is involved in the process. I will not call their names. So Hydel, here's what these people say. The essential to do well in schoolboy football in 2023. A good squad. 2, a good coach. 3, feeding program. 4, good management. But most of all, there's a number 5 is a top lawyer and a retainer. You hear me? These are people who are involved in the school thing, you know. And they are saying to me, no matter what ISSA does, I am telling you, no matter what ISSA does, they have a top lawyer that will fight ISSA to the teeth. Then they sent me this next message. It looks like the quota system will be making the schoolboy season into a legal battlefield re-eligibility. So they're basically saying from these text messages that ISSA is not going to stop them from playing the players because the rule has loopholes. But the loopholes seem to only apply to particular schools. So the person is right, you know. If you have a good attorney You can play any amount of player you play. And ISSA can't stop them. But schools who cannot will not be allowed to use the players. This system is not fair. And ISSA needs to come out and speak of these issues. ISSA needs to come out. ISSA has kept silent when these issues with particular schools are brought up. But I find it when what I call the small schools are involved in it, then all of these things are broadcast and publicized. But the rules don't apply to certain schools, especially schools who are in the rural areas of Jamaica. So there seem to be one set of rules for rural schools and one set of rules for urban schools. Or urban schools can afford good attorneys, therefore every rule that ISSA come up with, they find a loophole, and rural school can't afford them. Therefore, many times they end up transferring players and the players can't play. Something must be done. And this is the issue. This is the issue I personally have with ISSA. The issue I have is that the rules that they implement most times hurt the schools that are already struggling. The top schools don't get affected by ISSA rules. Most times, you check it, the top schools will find all the loopholes. The schools who are not no big schools or major institutions, they just say the rule is the rule. Yeah, you know, that is true. Let me just say, because the truth is, it's not all urban schools get there. That is true. It's not all urban schools. That is true. That is true, Bert. It's not all urban schools. Because we must remember that schools were deducted points, right? Because of the same rule last season and the season before. Mona suffered because of the rule. Not only Mona, was it Camperdown? When Excelsior reported on Camperdown and Camperdown lost all their points and didn't go through a couple of seasons ago. Tivoli Gardens were affected. Charlie Smith have been affected. So what I realize is that certain schools get the blunt of ISSA's judgment. El Granier, what you saying that? Jamaica colleges are rural, St. Anne school that is operated. Hey, El Granier, explain the word to me, because me not get it. Right, same thing with the track and field, same thing. So I think like ISSA need to either free up the system or I don't know if freeing up the system would make it better. But I have a problem when the rules, when implemented, makes the school that they are trying to punish excel, and then what you'd call the quote-unquote innocent schools suffer. So Hydel, JC have gone against what is already in the rule. So part of what I believe, I don't know, people, I need to hear from you. Do you believe that players who are playing in the Premier League should still play schoolboy football? All right. Omar is saying, free up the system will make the traditional schools have more monopoly on the Manning Cup. What I'm saying though, with that though, is that at least the schools, the other schools will have a better chance, because how the system is now, the schools is what we call the quote unquote small schools who are suffering the most. 2 seasons ago, Camperdown was kicked out exactly. Last year, school used ineligible players, but because the school that reported it was a little downtown school, I'm telling you, the system is not fair. Now, on the issue of JPL players, so they have certain corner leagues in Jamaica. They have certain corner leagues in Jamaica, and certain corner leagues have a rule. They will say, like, no more than 2 Premier League players can play for any side. So my thing is that you shouldn't have any schoolboy team with all 4 or 5 Premier League players. That's madness. There should be a rule that says you're only allowed to use 1 Premier League player or 2 at most in your team. You can't have schools with 5 and 6 Premier League players in there. No, that don't make any sense. Playing a professional league, or what is supposed to be a professional league, played in an amateur competition. All right. What I said, right? All right, somebody. Duclan is saying yes, but their minutes have to be managed. Okay, Orlando Brown is saying no, they should not play. Nothing is going to come out of this because it is Jamaica College. All right. This one says yes, play Manning Cup if they're not looking to become professional players or going to college. All right. Jason say it's a slippery slope. Fresh God is saying 2 is too small. Sarah Holmes says that, what if the school groomed these players from first form? But all right, fine. So you groom them from first form. They get to 5th form, right? Which is they graduate from high school. 5th form, you graduate, right? So when you're coming back to school, you're coming to upper 6, which is not high school. It is like junior college, BSc college. I mean in CC. Well, who asked in CC? CC have around 4 or 5 Premier League players. So Holmes, what I'm saying, is that the players are playing Premier League. They are going to college, because lower 6 and upper 6 is really college. It's not really high school. It's really college. Junior college. At least that's what it's supposed to be. It's not high school. It's just kept on a high school campus. I don't think they should be allowed to play, because if you, that is my thought. And even so, there must be a cap on it. You play 5 years. If the school was grooming you, it would have been 5 years. It is so that JC has become a football school where academics is also taught. All right? Let me just, I'm trying to get somebody, because I don't want to be too hard, right? And anyone, but I am telling you, the amount of players who played Premier League, I say playing in this present, Like you could have two starting 11 of Premier League players from schoolboy football. This person, when I was going to high school, all right, Darby was saying that you're playing JPL and high school football, okay? Duklan is saying that not playing them will hurt their football progress, in my opinion. So you're saying that, like the Cavaliers players now, the multiple Cavaliers players, if they were training with Cavaliers and playing in the game tomorrow at Sabina Park, instead of playing schoolboy football at the weekend, that would affect their progress. I do not believe so. I think playing for Cavaliers in this competition would make them better because they are going to dominate. This man, True Blue, pick up yourself. Nobody now bad mind JC. Why JC people always believe that people are bad mind them? All I'm saying is this, that when it comes on to Jamaica College, it always appears that every time they are found in breach of the rules, some legal loophole is found that they are not deducted points. Like this case, the goalkeeper from Dintil that kept for them should not have played. Darby, how that is nonsense. You heard them. How it is nonsense, Darby? How is it nonsense? It can't be nonsense, man. Come on, man. Think about it. Think about it. That Cavalier starting 11, all play like 8 of them, or 8 of them, for example. I mean, let's use a realistic number. 6 of them. How is that helping their football progress? All that is, let me say this. All it is doing is yeah, he played in the Tivoli. He played in the Tivoli game. So some people are saying because he played in the Tivoli game and Tivoli appeal, nothing is going to come of it because it's Tivoli and JC. That's what people are saying. But what I am saying though, Darby, is this. It cannot be nonsense because the top players in the world who are playing in league, they're not playing in college. No player in the United States is playing college football and MLS. Or college football and USL, or USL and high school. You either play high school football and you done high school football and go play them league there. You should not be allowed. That's my position. Me, I'll stick to that. There you go. No, schoolboy football not helping nobody. I'm gonna have an opportunity to play in the Caribbean Club Championship and I choose to play high school football. I'm gonna go tell me, no. Play in the Caribbean Club competition. All right, Mount Pleasant just signed 2 top players from Trinidad and Tobago. And number 10 and he played in number 10 and a winger. I think Avery is the winger name and Nathan James, I think, is the player. Those 2 players could have been playing in the league, in the schoolboy league. Them give up that for come play professional football. So if a man said to me, no, I want to go to college. Remember, if you want to go to college, you can't get no money if you play Premier League, you have to play for free. So what is the sense then? Yeah. Avery, yeah, and Nathan James. Both Nathaniel James, yeah, man. Both of them are at Mount Pleasant. Young youth, leaving them country, giving up schoolboy football. No talk, it have nothing to do with JC versus Manning. Right? It has nothing to do with that. All I am saying, Duckland, call me. You and Darby, call in and make a case. And let me ask you again. Tell me one player that you'd say schoolboy football enhance his development. Yeah, that yes, the player that Angus Eve was comparing to Whisper. we know you're trouble be talking through blue. We know say your IT rush don't really like the conversation there, look at JC man. But Hydel is in the same situation. Hydel play some players that them never did for play. Dintil had some players last year too. It like I'm telling you, the rule just don't seem to affect certain players. People, let me say this to the people then, all right? Because some people will go back and say, boy, but them money here. If you go back to even the Ultimate Butler and the Ricardo Gardner did not go back to Wolmer's. When Fuller started playing at the Premier League, him could have go back next year. He did not go back. A lot of them did not go back to school. Them played them last year. And they didn't play the last year. They move on and go play. Schoolboy football is the slowest path to development. If you have, and I'm telling you about players who are starters. These are not bench players or fringe players. They are starters in the club teams that they are at. Well, this is a big question right here, so, you know. If KC get the 3 points from Hydel, then Tivoli must get the 3 points from JC. Let me say it again. If KC get the 3 points from Hydel, then Tivoli must get the 3 points from JC. Where's the Dre? Cranky blow the whistle. Oh boy. There you go, Stefan. It's counterproductive. If you are a starter, why are you going back? You say, why am I stopping mama fridge and washing machine? You realize? we have I don't even know, you know, because this man will call me. I see this man from big old political campaign and I play sound yesterday, you know. I'm here, him sound name, I call up. I don't know if it is good for them money to be at the platform, you know. So I talk to him. Let me see if I can get him connected. You understand me? But I saw him, they had some conference at National Arena. This gentleman was on it. The call not connecting, you know. What is going on? He's hearing me, but I'm not hearing him. All right, hold on the caller. Let me see if we can get this going. Hey, people, the super sticker, them thing they're working, the super sticker, super chat working. So please make sure you hit the like button, you subscribe. Let me see if we can connect up with this person. You understand me? Hit the like button, subscribe, share. You understand me? The content. All right, let me call back the caller. Hear what them saying. We're going to try to see if we can get Mr. Speed on. You know who I want to call in? Leader. See the number right rolling down on the banner there, Derby. But more I hear from leader, you know, because I hear that leader is seriously involved in some of these shenanigans that is going on. So leader, I'd love to hear from you because I hear that you are part of the shenanigans that is going on. You understand me? No, look at Mr. Speed, look how long me send the link, man. You're the first, man. You get the link long time because they need to come talk about the mighty Cavaliers tomorrow versus the coffee, MOCA. Let me say it to you again. You're going up against the coffee team, MOCA. Or is it the the people that they have an investigatory branch in Jamaica called MOCA too? But I need to hear from the leader, you know, because I understand the leader is involved in some of these shenanigans and that is going on with the schoolboy football, in particular at one of the schools. I need him to call in and give some clarity so we can understand what is going on. And like you know, we have a member of the technical committee of Jamaica football right here, and I need to hear from him about this. What are his thoughts on Schoolboy? Mr. Speed, welcome to the show. Good evening. Always good to have you, sir.
Hey, thank you for having me, boss.
All right, wonderful. All right, so before we get into the big things going on tomorrow at Sabina Park, where you're going to give out some tickets, you know, to help some fans to get there and tell all who can come in free and cost and all of that. I am of the belief, right, Mr. Speed, that if a player is a full-time starter in a National Premier League team, he should not be playing schoolboy football because it's not helping in his development. What say you on the matter?
Well, I mean, a schoolboy is a person under 18 is a complex individual, as I said before. Him have 3 people who are him boss. Him have him principal and him coach at school. Him have him club coach and management. And then him have him parents. So he's been drawn in 3 different positions. So that's where the difficulty lie. Parents want their kids to get an education. That's what our mom and our father going to say. Get an education. I don't care. A lot of things can happen to you and you don't become a pro. So I'm not against, so let me make it clear, I'm not against getting an education. And I'm leaning towards it like about 75%, but there's still another side. If you have those talents, like all the best players in the world have done, is just go straight pro from them at 16 and just focus on it and try to get the most out of it. And they eventually, a lot of them get really rich and successful. But you have to see the parent side. They are holding on to insurance. Education will never decay. You know, we grew up saying that all the time. So a lot of parents say they don't be with football. They want them kids to get an education. And the kid is under 18. What can the kid do? And then the glamour of a schoolboy to win a title, a lot of kids go down the wrong road. But I think there should be a compromise. Now, from Cavalier point of view, I think both club and the school help to develop the player. Because if you know the rule that a lot of people believe in now, you play against people better than you 25% of the time, you're standard 50% of the time, and you play 25% of the time below your standard. You all learn from all of those experiences. But I believe firmly, though, that once your last year that they play in the schoolboy football, the last year, whether you are 18 plus or you are 19 minus, that is the year that I think you should never, ever play schoolboy football. That is my view. You're wasting it.
So if you're 18, you say anybody over 18, over 17 should not play schoolboy football?
No. After that, if you're really good, you're wasting your time.
Okay. There. Well, that you and I can agree on. So once you're 17, that is it. Unless you're not planning on being a professional footballer and you want to play until you're 19 to get scholarship overseas, then you can stay.
Yeah, if that's your point, if that's your view, yes, go ahead and play schoolboy if you want to get that scholarship. But if you notice, and I can give you a lot of names, even Usain Bolt didn't bother to run his last year. Why would he be running? I mean, he has beaten everybody that is there to be beaten. It'll be crazy. But if you notice, a lot of the athletes that went back the final year, they burn them out, and a lot of them don't come out to really anything. Even in the football, if you notice, people like Paris and Nick Yu and Shamar Nicholson, those boys didn't bother playing football in the last year. They didn't. I think Shamar didn't even play in the last 2 years. So, I mean, Bailey never played in schoolboy football. So the truth is, If you look at some of the players who have done exceptionally well, they left two OPs. They left the year before Nick Hydel and they all get contract and go overseas. Now, I don't want to call the names of the one who feels that they must play till them are 20. A lot of them just fall by the wayside after that because that development period between 17 and 19, it just never worth it staying in a schoolboy league.
Yeah, I can think of one that stayed at St. George's, but we will move on from that. You understand me? Ketterak, welcome. Welcome to the show. What do you say on this matter?
Good evening, management.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Speed. But management, when you address me, you need to say cataract, TV celebrity. You know, just
Oh, I only heard the name. I didn't see you, you know.
The crowd was massive. And even me at 6 foot 300 pounds, you'd be hard pressed to see me.
Yeah.
But another place, another time. Look, I think people should play as much football as they can. I'm not qualified there. I just don't like the rules where if a player wants to exercise his or her choice in a country that gives you free choice, I think the rules should allow that choice to exist. And rather than where we have so many young men who are wayward, who take up scamming, who take up gun, who take up grab chain, I think if we have a set of youngsters who want to go along the right path, we shouldn't make it difficult for them. That's just my view from a developmental standpoint. The choice should be there, and because you are playing professional football, if you feel that between yourself and your club, you feel that you can go and play for your school, I don't see the reason why there has to be a hard and fast rule, and I don't see what the mischief is that it's trying to prevent. I know you have a liability to get injured and the school is not the one paying you, so I don't know if it's a case like international football where they can get a release from the club to play maybe in a semi-final or final. But I think what I would love is choice, right? I don't know if it helps the development. As I told you, my experience is growing up in England, and the fact is, if you're playing schoolboy football, for which there's a full league and there's a county and then there's inter-county and all those wonderful things, but you never hear of those players because if you're playing schoolboy football, it means you're not good enough. Anybody who has any modicum of talent is at an academy attached to a club from either second division, first division, championship, or Premier League. That's the truth of the matter.
You're correct. And I can remember a celebrated case. I can't forget this case. I remember, it's my team, Arsenal, they were playing against, and Manchester United was playing, and there was a kid playing for Manchester United. What's his name? Rashford. I think he scored 2 goals on Arsenal today. So as the story goes, Wayne Rooney was saying to him, say, let us go out and celebrate. Let's go to the pub. And he said, no, I have school tomorrow. So the kid was still going to school, playing professionally, but what he did not do was play schoolboy football. So you see, as you say about the choices, but these kids would come under so much pressure if they said, listen, I still want to get my education, go to school, but I'm not playing schoolboy football. They couldn't survive, and that is really the problem.
What the school do? Kick them out?
I don't know.
No, they just make life hard for them. Especially if the school doesn't win. They just say it's you cause the school for not winning the D Cup or the A Cup or the Manning Cup. But there's another tangential point I want to make in terms of marketing.
And then Freshka just made a good point. Sorry, that Rashford was 16 years old when this happened. We are talking about these kids who are 17, 18, and 19, still playing schoolboy football. Well, let's start. Let me just go through some of the names, Ketterak, that people know.
Can I just make the point that I wanted to challenge Mr. Speed and then he mentioned some names, Shamar, Niku Daly, and a couple other names. I can't remember the other two he mentioned. Bailey. But if you look, the love that the local fans have for those players is not as much as they have, for example, the people who keep calling for Tyreek McGee or their schoolboys. So there is a love that is developed by those who go through the schoolboy system to the end with the local fan base. And those who exit the system, just from my observation, don't enjoy the same fervent love. Bailey is not is not I wouldn't call Bailey a local fan favorite. Shamar may be as close as it get, but most of that is Rima and one and few Boza disciples. But you compare that to a Tyreek McGee, who people just go on and on and on about. Even though those other players like Nicholson and McGee have made it. Nicholson and Bailey would have made it a lot further. Kaheem Paris. Nobody's crying out for Kaheem. Nobody's chanting Kaheem Paris's name, but they chant Whisper's name at the second game, crying for Whisper to come on. So I think even from the JFS football, we need to take a holistic look at it as we try to build a football culture, which is one of the things I know you have spoken about before. How do we get the country enamored and in love with the players and the game of football? And I think we have to find the right balance between professional football and schoolboy football and how the players transition between the two in order to build the whole football ecosystem and not just be very myopic. That was my pick up on when Mr. Speed mentioned those names. But again, I say to you, if you're good to play enough to play professional football at a club, you're at some club. You're not playing schoolboy football in England at all. I mean, there's a transitional one. I know there's a couple of lads that play for Birmingham City and West Brom. But then by the second year of that, they become a second-year scholar. That's out of the window. So.
Yeah, then you have these are some of the names, right? You have Ronaldo Barrett, Adrian Reed, Omario Henry, Devante Hodges, Malachi Douglas, Brian Burkett, Kaheem Dixon. You have Tyrese Gowie. There are so many of them who played in the Premier League and played regularly. You're wondering, what are they doing playing school?
Because the love of their school. And you go to school, you spend most of your day and 3/4 of your year with friends and teachers and people in the immediate surrounding community, the vendors, the taxi man who take you to school, and they will all be getting in your ear to say, boy, you're not going to play, come rep the school. So I don't think we can make, I would not like to say it's hard and fast. I would like to see some sort of hybrid that allows those who want to remain fully professional but access their education to do so, and then those who want to play professional, semi-pro, it's all a semi-pro league, play semi-pro, and then represent their school to do so as well. I mean, there are lots of other deviant activities that young men and young women, because there's also girls football, female football, that they could be getting up to. Because would the same rules apply to because if you apply those same rules to female football with the girls, then we won't be able to watch the ISSA girls at all. Because there's a much smaller talent pool. When you watch, what's the team that's made up of?
I agree with you. Maybe you can't do the same thing for female on the female football side,
No,
because it's a one group. The truth, no, we can't have separate rules because it's one group of girls play football, and they're the same group that play primary school and prep school is the same group that play in the high school and the same group that play in the league. So it's a different thing. So you can have one rule for male and one for female.
And I won't dissect, but we're going to have a program where we talk about your understanding of rules, because I listened to a program with you about rules. So in the world right now, they're saying that men and women sports should have basically the same rules. And this is
no, you cannot say
hold on.
hold on.
Let me finish the man. No, man, no, because when you do that, you allow people. No, you allow people to click me and quote me.
No, me I gonna stop you. And unless you can present to me where that is quoted, you're not going to say it.
Where was this quoted?
What you just said, because it is not true.
You didn't let me finish the sentence. So what you're doing is what you did is try to set me up like the other day, and then people quote me and say I said that the Haiti game was the worst game when I was not allowed to finish to say among, and I missed it.
You said that on our next channel, Cataract.
I said it. Look here, nobody not cut me. Marins, I am saying to you, the U.S. Supreme Court has handed down rulings related.
Sorry, hold on, sorry. When I say hold on, you are making a statement about basically the same rule for male. That is what I want you to go back to.
And I'm saying to
go ahead.
Yes, the rules I'm talking to are the rules about access. Because, for example, if you're running 100-meter hurdles, the women run 100 meters and men run 110 meters. But when you run 400-meter hurdles, both men and women run 400 meters.
Different height, though.
At different heights, right? So I'm saying, but I'm talking about rules of access, not the rule of the game. Because in some sports, the ball is smaller. I think in basketball, the ladies' ball is smaller.
Okay. Same thing with football, the weight of the football. Anyway,
right. And in boxing, the gloves are lighter, right? But I'm talking about the rules of access. To be able to access and play the sport, to be able to remunerated and paid for what you do as a professional.
What we're talking about don't have nothing to do with that.
Yeah, but it's access. It's the ability to play for the team. It's the ability to play the sport that you love. That's access.
What I'm saying to you, though, the equality in the rule that you're speaking of, the system that I just spoke of is creating greater access for female than it would on the male side. So that would not be a problem.
No, it isn't. I'm saying to you, hold on, just listen me now. I'm saying if you have placed a rule on the female side that allows wider access, you would then be disenfranchising males. So it's reverse gender bias by restricting their access.
All right, I don't agree with you, but let's move on. Let's move on.
But your track record on rules and the need for rules is now very questionable. But I was at a wonderful place with a bright color was there. I saw, I think I saw someone who might have looked like, but it wasn't him, but maybe from the same family tree of our good co-hosted friend there. I saw the name on a shirt spelled the same way. So I wondered if you could clarify.
Anyway, we're not going to get to anything political.
No, but I wanted to ask, no, seriously though.
Just hold on, man.
Okay.
On this program, we don't discuss politics, religion, or sexism.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I didn't mention the word politics. I said it another place.
I'm just telling you what we don't discuss.
Keter, just
not even GFF politics.
All right, hey people, Keter, come on, I want to stick to it. All right, so let's come back. And I like what I agree with your Bert, but we're gonna move on because we don't want to digress with Keter. Because
no, but I have a question. No, I have a serious question to Mr. Speed about rules. Mr. Speed, does your club before match days or in between match days have rules about curfews and players' social involvement? And does players' social involvement affect their performance? I come from a sport, boxing and martial arts, where...
Hey, hold on, man. Just please ask the question. You ask the question. You don't need to get into what you are doing.
But you're cutting me again. It's part of my question.
Listen, you ask. Let me give you the question. But because you asked the question already.
No, I have not finished the question. You're editorializing me. Mr. Speed, I come from a sport, boxing and martial arts, where when you go into training camp for a major fight, for a title or anything at any level, one of the rules that is had is that you do not have...
Cataract, brother, Me not understand. Me not want me go down here, say, I'm just speaking about schoolboy football. You want to come, and I can't stop you because you have your question, you have your point. Me can't stop you. Are you sure? So you want to ask about a discussion when we have other things to talk about. No matter how me I tell you, just hold on, brother.
Hold on,
Tell me
I
to
hold.
ask right now. So just hold on, man.
I
Relax.
apologize.
Man. Is it political? Them don't like listening, man. All right. So now that you have dealt with the whole ISSA thing, so I think whatever it is, it needs to apply across the board. Let's close off that. And like I said, opinions may vary on this particular issue. So here is what needs to happen. Me personally believe that if you are playing regularly in the Premier League, playing schoolboy football will not help you to progress in your footballing development. However, are your personal thing. So let's move on to now, which is something I want Mr. Speed to speak to, because both of them relate to Cavaliers. We are going to come to Ketara question about the discussion I had about rules, Mr. Speed, after you have given us some information on Cavaliers versus MOCA at Sabina Park tomorrow in Caribbean Club Championship. And also, Fresh God wants to know, how did you allow Nathaniel Natty James from Trinidad and Tobago, the 19-year-old, number 10, right, to slip out of your hands and fall into the grasp of Mount Pleasant, along with Avery, I think his name is, the winger from Trinidad, who plays in Trinidad national team, 19-year-old, to end up at Mount Pleasant and not at Cavaliers, as you talk to us about the games tomorrow. Go ahead.
That's such an easy question, but I'll get back to it. So tomorrow is the game. At 7 o'clock, Sabina Park, and there's three unbeaten teams in the group, and two of us will clash tomorrow. MOCA FC from Jamaica Republic. And let me just kind of give you an idea. This is really a quality team that we're up against, people. Tomorrow, their center forward, Ascona Govasta. Ascona is from Argentina. Sebastian Valencia is from Colombia and he's wear the number 7 and he's really good. Alejandro Carrera, he wears the number 10 and he's from Venezuela. They have Colombians and they have Clifford Thomas from Haiti. All quality players that they have used to bolster their attack. MOCA is now the leader in the Dominican Republic. They are the leader in the group. Ahead of teams like Cibo, who has won the title for about 3-4 years. So they are the emerging team and doing extremely well. They have won the one game that they have played so far in the championship. So that is what we are up against tomorrow. And but again, you know, us, they are in competition now. MOCA is leading. And I suppose, you know, we're a little bit behind because we're not playing competitive match week in, week out. So that's a little problem for us to try and stay competitive.
Okay. All right. So talk about the players. How come those two young players? Fresh God is asking because he's saying those players fit the Cavaliers profile.
I don't know if they fit the Cavalier profile because young Jalmaro Calvin, you guys rate who you want rate, is half Jamaican, half Antigua. He was the star of the show the last match. He's 20. He scored one and set up one. I don't know if those players are better than he is. I have a resurgent Chanel Thomas that used to attend JC. He's looking the part now. I have Nicholas Hamilton. He's a tried and proven campaigner. I have the wonder kid in the Premier League. The best young player in the Premier League, Christopher Ainsworth. You should have seen the goal he scored against AC Port of Spain. So I have those strikers. So it's like I have these players, and Christopher is just 18, you know, and I have these players, and I don't know why I would be chasing those two players. I'm not sure they could make the team over those two. I'm not saying they're not quality, but I have quality too. In addition, we have 8 players, including Cleo Clark and Arthurs, Kiana Jackson, who have played Premier League before, and they are 17. and those players are just chomping at the bit to get a chance to play for Cavalier in this Premier League coming up. So I would be
Clear Clark still back at school.
Who?
Clear Clark still playing schoolboy football too.
Yeah. Just what they're talking about. So I have all of these talented players just waiting, champing at the bit to play for Cavalier. So I'll be probably buying what I don't need. So that's really the reason. Plus, my transfer budget is 100,000 Jamaican, and I did spend it off, so I had no more money.
Well, Fresh God says, you will eat those words when you come up against Natty in the JPL.
That's funny.
So Manin?
That was the guy those two guys were the two guys who really caused Jamaica problems, you know. In the friendlies, you know, those two youngsters, you know. But go ahead, Cataract.
I just have a question for Mr. Speed on this particular topic. You mentioned the name of about 5 players from MOCA FC.
Yeah.
And you gave their place of birth. But my question to you is, are any of these players on the national team of Colombia, Venezuela, Haiti? Are they on the national team, or they just happen to be born in these places? That's my question.
So the Dominican Republic League is a league.
Oh, and Argentina, you mentioned.
Yeah, one from Argentina. They pay a lot of money, so they do import players. So we have a lot of players outside of Jamaica that is not on the national team too. I
didn't think you heard the question. I'm asking, is the Argentine striker?
No, I don't know. I don't think so. Why would
you have him scouted, Mr. Speed?
No, he's not on the national Argentina team. No, he's not.
And the Venezuelan is not on the Venezuelan national team, nor the Colombian is on the Colombian national team.
I don't need to. I'm not scouting them like that. I looked at the games, a couple of games that they have played. That's how I know who they are.
So what you say, that means them no good. Them need no word mentioned.
I'm not going to say them no good, but we have a lot of players playing overseas, like Maggie, who's not in the national team. He's not good. Who says he's not good? Come on, let us not say that. Because a man is not in the national team don't mean he's not good. You know that a second-rate player in some of those countries probably is better than a lot of our players. So I would say that.
What I do know when I ask man is because when players come to Jamaica, they tend to be. When I see the Nations League going on, I hear people say, "Oh, this man plays professionally in Jamaica." Like I thought they might have been an Antiguan. When I watched, there are no Guyanese. They're players. So pardon me.
The St. Lucia team.
Don't take the exact name, man. It's either one of those smaller islands. But go ahead.
Keter, I'm trying to help you. The St. Lucia team, as an example.
The goalkeeper.
The St. Lucia team, as an example, have so many players. At least 4 players playing in the JPL. Those players
more than that. About 7.
7 players playing in the JPL. Those players, watch this, are a part of the national team. They didn't lose a game in Nations League Group C. They were promoted to Nations League Group B, and they still have not lost a game in Nation. So it does say that whatever they are doing in Jamaica, they are making their national team perform better. And that is just adding to the point that you're making. It's just like Mount Pleasant also have this other player from, he's an Antiguan, but he represents, I think, Dominica Republic in Nation League. Jules is his name. He scored 2 goals in the Nation League recently. So he's also at Mount Pleasant. So they have really made some good purchases. And I think it is good for the league locally when you have players, try Jules, yeah. When you have these players who come in from outside of Jamaica to come and play in the league, it bolsters the quality of the league, the marketability of the league as well.
So go back to those 2 players. I think those 2 players, they made a bad decision not coming to Cavalier. They should have been calling our phone to come to Cavalier.
Yeah, this man.
I think but it's true. Players must understand what is going to happen to their careers when they go to certain
A
clubs.
man go to the defending champions. And you
No,
said that you go to a bad this.
Yeah,
Why?
but it could have come to the potential Caribbean champion. You're talking about a Jamaican champion now. So you hold that one. All right. So I thought that the players should have really tried their best to come to Cavalier because they know of Cavalier. Let me tell you something, man.
You man don't say money too little, man.
No more, but you keep on snickering. 80%
No,
of the players, 80% of the players who leave Jamaica and go overseas will play either play for Harbourview, Portmore, or Cavalier. 80%. And I'm not asking them. So if people want further them career and them young, them need to first look where them can play with players.
The biggest move from Jamaica in recent times. No, Italy, straight to Syria.
Yeah, you can say anything you want to say. Me say 80% of the players, them everybody,
But
me used to listen to some song. Well, I know, me used to listen to some song in the past and Cataract no. You used to have one big hit name with love it when you with the guy Lone Ranger sing with Love Alice, I Love All. He never sing a next hit. A whole heap of one hit wonder you have, you know. So until you start produce prolific, what you call it, Cataract, prolific hit maker. You know, everybody have like a one song where they sing and it become number one. You have to be prolific.
I think that is unfair. Mount Pleasant not even in the league 10 years good. And they have a player that they transfer from their club straight to the Syria.
But we in the last 5 years we send like about 15 players overseas. I'm just saying. And they are here for 10 years. I'm just saying. So I'm just saying that the players from Trinidad, they make a mistake and then soon realize them. Because all of them play the way you have done is a stockpile up. Me don't know how them are going to play. As far as me remember, FIFA changed the rule 90 times in the last 4 years. Then change football rule 90 times. You know which two rules they not change? Then don't move the goalpost and then don't change from 11 player play. Those two rules never change. And then change every other rule. So the point I make to you is that, you know, players make them carry go for them also have to know where to go to. You can't just go anyway. Go.
But Mr. Speed, you know that, me can challenge your record still, but we're gonna leave it to them because it's a lot of players come back, you know. It's a lot of players who leave actually return. And you have said on this program that you take responsibility for some of those things.
Of course, we never know no better them time if you help them.
Okay, so let us see. Better. But I will say though, you like cataract, raise cataract. Some person are saying though is that maybe you can't have that kind of budget and want to get people from the Caribbean, Mr. Speed.
But me not need that type of, me not need to get them. That's the difference. I don't need to get them. That's the problem where you have. Me not in the same market of Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant is a feel good about buying and stockpiling player. Me feel good about getting players and nobody know and develop them up into stars.
Brett, market. You know that you know that Brian said it right. Because this player was at two other Premier League clubs training. And they did not transfer the player. More players had transferred the player.
He never come a Cavalier, so
you're sure?
Yeah.
You're sure he never come to Cavalier?
Sure.
Jerome is saying that you have factory faults. That is why something.
Are you himself factory fault?
No, I'm saying that's why the players return a factory fault.
Oh, the players are returned. All right, cool.
A factory fault. But so what time is it? What time is the game tomorrow?
The game is at 7 p.m. tomorrow, Sabina Park. As I said before, it should be an exciting game. If you watch the first game that we played out here, there were some memorable moments, some good goals, and Shaniel Thomas, Piaf, the captain, is still making the rounds. You know, that one that him just throw the captain head and collect it back. Everybody, it's on TikTok, everybody's showing it. So there were some exciting moments, and you get more of that.
Yeah. All right. I see one here. Wait, someone ask what you ask about Hydel.
You know, say everybody keep on saying this. I have nothing to do with Hydel. I have some players. What you know say about Georges? I have players got Georges too. I don't have players. Players got JC.
No, man, they're saying that because Hydel is in some problems right now.
Yeah, there were no problems all last year too. Yeah, nothing new.
So you don't have a problem with your players going to a school that is always in problem.
No, what I do, I make sure stay on my lane, you know. So me deal with them at the club level. I'm not the father or parents. The parents deal with that, and the school deal with them education. I can't do all of those things, and I make sure I stay on my lane. I am for football development. But me give them anything they want to do, they can go and do it. If they want to go and play for school, it's fine with me. Remember, at the end of the day, I have to make certain decisions that is best for Cavalier, and I'll make those decisions that is best for the club. So, but I don't tell anybody what they are supposed to do or what not to do. Go ahead and do whatever they want. It's a free country.
Brian is also asking if he can get a ticket for the game, boss.
Brian have to ask you that. Brian know if you call me. He have the number. He have me on speed dial. He don't need to ask you.
All right. But there was a boss Thomas had a question. He was saying that the last game that you played, the team did not play out from the back. The goalkeeper who normally played from did not. And so he was asking if you'll be seeing a more possession-based game this time around.
This is so ridiculous. My goalkeeper had a 97% pass completion rate in the game that just.
But that don't mean him a pass out of the back.
I'm just telling you. I mean, if somebody commit a lot of players towards your back line, can we play with 3 and then mark the 3 of them with 3 players. We're going to just try pass out of the back, or you're going to try and beat the line. So is how you understand the game would make you ask a question like that. So they were pressing the 3 center halves because they thought that was a good plan. So we had to bypass them. So we couldn't be playing from, throwing the ball to give a center half when you know somebody's marking them. So that's the reason I didn't play that way. But the way that we played, we could have easily won by 4 or 3-4 goals. So every game is different, and you have to play every game just to get the results. I'm not worried about possession and anything. I'm just worried about the results. That's how we have always been in the past couple of years.
Yeah. Jason Guna is asking who keeps your stats.
We don't need anybody to keep it in a CONCACAF competition. They keep it. I just need to research. Just go to the site and find all that. So I can tell you who do everything based on looking at the site. We don't need to keep stats for those competitions.
Yeah, but what I'll say, a goalkeeper passing accuracy does not necessarily mean that the team is passing out from the back. It may mean that he is very good at pinging those passes so you can play on the counter. And
so what was happening? Because they were pressing the 3 center backs, we went to the flank player, the 2 wing backs, midfielders, and he was always hitting them. So I'm satisfied. What he did, the whole idea about football is to penetrate. You need to beat the lines of resistance, or the banks where people set up. If he's an Englishman, you call it banks. If you understand football, you call them lines of resistance. So we just want to beat the lines of resistance. We don't care if the keeper beat all the lines of resistance for down route 1, or any player beat the line of resistance. They are trained to beat the lines and in any situation, and that's what we do. We don't need to use 10 passes to beat the line. If it's 1, we take it. If it's 2, we take it. If it's 3, we take it. That's how we play.
Is there any truth to you being the technical director at Hydel?
No truth.
Okay, so we can clearly state that you are not the technical.
I've said that like a million times. Brian Foster, who is the chairman of Hydel, is like my brother. So people just keep on saying it, and hope that one day people will believe it because me and Ryan so close. But there's no truth to it. I mean, they come and play me a couple times, but I've never been to one Hydel training session. I've never been to one match that they have played. No truth to it.
Okay. So the other question I want to ask you, so if you win tomorrow, because you're the top of the group right now.
And just on goal difference.
On goal difference, right? So a win for you tomorrow, how does that set up Cavaliers for the next round?
1 foot in the semi-final if I win tomorrow. I just need to draw over the next foot in the final game to qualify for the semi-finals.
All right. Someone is asking where is Clifton Woodbine, because he was a Cavaliers player. Is he still a Cavaliers player?
No, he's transferred to Reno. He played for Reno in the last Tier 2 competitions.
Okay, because there's so much going on, because the Tier 2 qualifiers are also going on. And notice that there is no CASAFA team, which would mean then that no CASAFA team will play in Tier 2 this time around. Unlike last season when they had Med Forest.
No. Med Forest is still in Tier 2, so they'll be playing still.
Okay, but no other Kasafa team is playing to
Correct.
get it here.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So the cost for attending the game is 500.
No, just $1,000. But here's the good thing: if you're a Man or the Costa Cup team, because I still have to look out for them, you can send us your list, and you will be able to come in free of cost. All 25 are coming free of cost. So, it's Cavalier Soccer Club at hotmail.com. Sending your list, or send it to my phone. I WhatsApp to my phone. And
Because all school teams, all Manning Cup, the Costa Cup teams can attend the game free.
Yes.
I just seen this. Is it true that Speed got knocked out in Amsterdam?
What is knocked out? What is
Like-
knocked out?
Knock out. Like somebody thump you down.
Really? I've never seen that first. You mean when we got Amsterdam like 2 months ago? That's what the person mean?
Yeah, like you had somebody in an
What
argument
that
and they
person
knock you
name? I can't even read the name good. Bird.
Bert, that is Bert asking.
Yeah, Bird. Stop talk foolishness to my. Where you drink or smoke?
Okay, so
Yeah, drink or smoke something.
but I love to hear the story there, Bert. You need to tell me about the story there, though, because I love to hear. Big up Brain Drain says man is of surviving bad survivor. Okay, so all right. Yeah, man.
Just to clear up the ear, because I don't know where I'm coming from. I never even had a confrontation with anybody in Amsterdam. It was such a beautiful trip. Me and the girls them get along very good. Me and Sidela Marley was like inseparable. We got along good. We planned stuff like how the team was supposed to go to the World Cup. On the flights, we work together on the flights, we work together on everything. We have other projects that we set up that we're going to work on in the future. So, Bert, let's sit down. You just try to talk some foolishness.
All right. But you're from Canada who will be coming to Jamaica for the Reggae Girls game, along with Jarvis, who is Kaim Paris' uncle. They might come for the girls game. Them say they want to watch Cavaliers play. Them say they must circle with them Cavaliers jersey. I don't know. I mean, you have to answer them on that, you know.
You have some Cavalier jersey, yes. So if you tell me like this evening somehow why your size and so, otherwise me always walk with about 3 or 4 still. So if you're not telling me this evening still, yeah, you better make sure you wear one of your size you have. That's all I make it.
Somebody says is asking if Ronaldo Barrett and Adrian Reed playing for Cavaliers tomorrow, or they just
But Adrian Reed not playing. I think Adrian Reed have a game tomorrow. Barrett have a game the following day, so unlikely.
You have a problem with them thing there, you know? That the man them miss out them big important games here. If you play schoolboy football, you know, me have a problem with that, Mr. Speed. Seriously.
I have a problem with it too. I wish them was playing, but then as I said, they are such a complex individual. Them have them parents and them have a school who is dragging them back and forth. So yeah. Is that issue. I'm cool either way because I always believe that if they don't get to play, somebody else get an opportunity. So I'm good either way.
Oh, but you say he's here already. Same rate, double XL.
I mean, I'm a double XL.
Brother, double XL sell at Jamaica. Jamaica don't sell nothing past XL. You never know that. But come on, man. You know that Jamaica don't pass XL, bro. Worse in a male garment, must be female. Yeah. Worse in female. It's XL Jamaicans deal with straight. Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. Cataract is gone because I don't want to ask his question, but I did tell him that I'd answer it. So know that we're doing that, right? Is this right? What I want him say XL then. Okay, there you go. Jamaica don't pass XL. You understand me? Jamaica is like I think Nike here don't pass size 12 in shoes, football shoes. You understand me? Don't pass XL. But I was who did I side with? Brendan asking who did I side with? General B or Harry Tadler? I don't know. I don't know about true Brendan. You're too involved with Jamaican culture. But I was saying because there was this argument about players going to party and sing. And I'm saying, I believe that at this level of football, when they deal with it, adults, professional footballers, curfews and rules are not something that coaches do. Professional footballers act professional. And except for Like even with our camp, like a coach may say, you're not allowed to bring anybody on the campsite into the camp. But when a player have his free day, I don't believe like at the highest level a coach can say to him, you can't sleep with your wife, you can't go and drink, you can't go gamble, you can't go out, go party, or else you're not go play. Right? I don't believe that's a coach position. The coach's position is that if when the game they come or training, you don't turn up at him training on time, and you're not training well, then the coach makes a decision. And if you don't play and perform, then you're not fired because you went to a party. You're fired because you did not perform well. That is my position. What do you say about that? What is your position when it comes on to professional players?
Well, I mean, I tell people all the time, you have to be careful how you generalize because every different coach, a lot of coaches are just so different and them still successful. So what one coach does doesn't mean that another coach do it. Everybody have them individual style. And even when you go in coaching school, them tell you, say, listen, be yourself, right? I can say though, at the professional level, there's so much measurements that they can use to know if you're ready to play the match. Them can do a blood test and know your oxygen levels in your body. I mean, just a prick. Them can watch your stats and know say you used to run 12 miles last year and this year you only run 10, and them start wonder if your lifestyle changes. So there's a lot of things that they can use to decide at the professional level if you're going to perform. Lots of things. Then I mean, you heard about some of the arguments like with Pep and the train, or him come back overweight, and the man just say, if you're not that amount of pounds, me not play. I mean, they have so much ways. At the amateur level, you don't have so much ways to kind of figure out if the person going to perform or not. At the end of the day, every coach wants to win, and every professional player would like to win too. But me and you know, say if you make people just work on them own, especially some of we Jamaicans, you know what will happen. So for Cavalier, me have the 10 commandments. Me write it down on a piece of paper and give every player will walk through the door of Cavalier and say, these are the 10 commandments. Breaking them at your own risk. So it's the same thing with some professional coaches. Them have a iron fist or them rule, and some coach rule from laissez-faire. So you have a difference from laissez-faire where people do whatever they want, and you have a next stage where the coach behave like a communist, and then you have coaches in between. Whichever work for you, for me, is fine. If you say it now work, you need to change as a coach, but if it works for you, it's fine. That's how I see it.
Okay, this doctor then says when I was running tracks, the coach requested us not to have sex few days before. Like I don't know, I have a problem. I have a problem with that. There's
a big case of a Trinidad there and 100-meter runner that won the Olympics after having sex 3 hours before. You never hear about that. So I mean, so who knows if it work or don't work?
Yeah. Here's what I believe. I believe like you do, a coach should come in, bring in the medical expert and bring in all of those people to talk to the players and say, listen, if you want to get the best. Like I remember I used to go through that. We used to have this lecturer at UE. She's Trini, work in Jamaica, work in the nutrition department. I would have her come in and talk to my team, and she would tell them, you know, if you eat these foods, it will take long to digest and break down, and your body is using up energy. So eat particular things.
Sorry, put brain drain thing up for me. Brain drain, that's not the reason why you perform poorly. You just never study.
Somebody probably asked him if it was with himself or with a girl. That's the next thing.
So what that means is that
this is a big question, because Bridget, Jason want to find out if it was a test your profile. Oh my God. But go ahead. Go ahead. That's a good one. Unseen, welcome, man in a tie. A white shirt. Unseen.
Oh God. We got people in the comment section. We got the panelists then. There, man. There, yeah.
Yeah, man. What say you on the matter? I see you're an official Cavaliers
Come late
agent.
still, you're supposed
I see you're an official Cavaliers agent.
So people like Marvin Hagler and them one day when they used to the boxing all a month, then just go up in some bush for all a month and just not come back down and block themselves away from a woman and everything, you know, when they are prepared for some fight. So other people like Muhammad Ali, I'm sure him now stay from 6 to 1 month. I am almost sure. So, you know, and Muhammad Ali used to talk to George Foreman, him give George Foreman some girl when them go out in Manila. I met George Foreman around on the pool the whole day. You know, remember? So, but guess what? I mean, I believe that different people react differently to different things. So Romario used to say he must figure a party the night before, and then when the coach and catch him a break off him, say, coach, but me have one for you tomorrow. We told him I was gonna give you the one for two. So him live up teamwork. So coach have to ask himself a question: do I allow this man to do him one because he always perform? So if there's no hard and fast way to deal with anything when it comes to football, because the world not level. Anybody thinks that the world level not level, and more people equal than some. So some people can get away with something, some people can't get away with it. So it's a matter of the coach kind of figure out who can do certain things and play good and who can't do it and play good, and then him trying to live with it, because at the end of the day, he want the best players out there, people who can do the business. So that's how me see it still.
Okay. But you know, you're right, because I remember people always tell me that Ian Goodison, you know, would eat bun and cheese and drink an orange juice before games.
Yeah, and Cabra too. If you want to see Cabra play a good game, but may so rest in peace. That Cabra there used to play for Aberview. Him too. Them saying love the bun and cheese too. So, and people say bun and cheese, you can't eat that before a game. So, you know, because people will tell me that you can't eat anything dairy because it takes longer to break down. Your body going to use up energy, so you shouldn't do that. But other players that need that. It's just like I was saying to them. There are some people who I see some baller playing in Premier League up to last season. Them order special before then go warm up to go play the game. And you know, it's a special rum and boom. I'm telling you, you understand me? I see some of them I walk with Magnum tonic wine to drink before the game. So different people, the different thing. A next person just drink a lot of water and stuff. So I don't know if I just don't know if the rule thing, because what you find is that the people who want to party are still going to break the rules. Let me explain something to you in the highest level. What I notice, and we talk about it in our course system. What works for you just works for you. What is most important is that people recognize what is your weight, make you run the longest and run harder. What is your best playing weight? What is your best playing rest? What is your best playing nutrition? So after a while, professional players kind of work it out. When they play the best, what did they do? And some of them kind of follow. So people even say they're superstitious. So that is what you really have to do as a professional to keep your game on top keep on top of your game. And once you're able to achieve that, I suppose it's okay. I mean, if you start do certain things and your performance start go down, then of course the coach have to make a decision with them. You know, and in a football nowadays, the decision is not like match by match. You know, they could be making a decision half by half.
Yeah.
They could be making a decision. They could have put you on now and make this decision to take you back, little back after that because you not perform. And coach have all those tools that they use now and will continue to use, and I suspect they'll be using it more in the future. To kind of gauge performance.
Can you give us some of what your 10 commandments are? Just maybe you can tell us all of them. Just give us some, like Unseen probably can apply some of them to him team, because I heard that he's doing a good job over there at Charlemont.
Well, I mean, the simple, obvious one is that you can't fight, right? Yeah, and you have to obey the coach's instruction. I mean, those are some simple ones, but there's others that I really want to get into. But you know, so you get that when you come, and you know, so if you do it, you get fined. Some of them you get fired. Some of them you actually get suspended. So there's a whole range of punishment that comes with them. Otherwise, some that we work with you, otherwise some that. But those we think, we are careful enough.
Yeah, because like, do you have a problem like with the players staying up and playing them Xbox and then PlayStation until morning?
Well, like for instance, when I did go to Dominican Republic the first time, when we didn't qualify for the second round, I know that the players carried the game and then we would play it. And I could see some of them, it affected them performance. This time when I was going to Trinidad, I tell them if they never carry it, I'm going to mash you up. Even if I was going to pay them back for it.
Actually, look at kids here deal with.
No, it no matter who it was.
Man.
Oh, you mean?
You can't tell big man. No, man, you can't be go tell a 30-year-old man we just earn what thousands of dollars.
I will pay them the thousands of dollars. I will pay them the thousands of dollars.
You can't tell big man say you're gonna mash up the game.
Who will pay the thousands of dollars?
Can't tell them things.
Who will pay the thousands of dollars? Them pay themselves.
So if you tell a man saving the on his phone and play, you mash up in phone because
no, me never say phone. Me never say phone. Me say game. Because the last time I knew they were playing the game in their room late in the night, and I saw it on the field. So this time I tell them, say, no, I want to carry a game. And I was dead serious.
I'm out game on them phones. Them good.
If I play phone, it's fine.
What about gambling?
No, you see even the last night when we were by Trinidad the day before the game, we collect all phones.
Eh?
Collect all
phone.
You tell me that. Yeah, big. So like all pepper. Yeah, no man, I'm all you here dealing with.
Funny enough, I them volunteer to give me a phone.
Oh, look who you here dealing with. Yeah,
no, they volunteer to give up the phone.
No, what I'm saying though, you're gonna say to have some big man with their team, international players who are married, that them if you handing them phone to you before match.
But you know, say, I mean,
them handing the burner phone.
You is a man of a learned fella. If you know say something I go tempt you, get rid of it. Them know say phone or tempt them, so they say, coach, take your phone.
I am okay with that. But for say that you take them phone from them.
Yes.
Unless you don't want them phone get thief again, like out of Savannah.
Maybe that's why. No. But they volunteer to give up the phone. I mean, some of the time, you have players who know that they might do the right thing, but an ex-player won't do it. So them gang up and say, something, we are going to do this, and them do it. And I thought it was good.
Okay. All right. So, Unseen, what say you?
Yeah, man, I like the ground rules. Even so even with the schoolboy team, you have to take with them phone, like, from about 7 o'clock in the night. Yeah, play tomorrow, you understand me? Like tonight, we're gonna play it until tomorrow. So the ground rules really help for better performance on the field. You understand me? No fighting, stuff like that. You can't disrespect the teacher in a school. Them look something there. You have to do your schoolwork, it's a mandate that. So the ground rules are there for them to follow on it. If you follow them, maybe you can be easy the JPL team like Cavaliers. Someone is man. The first part of it, maybe it's watch the show. JC and Hydel are person and user. Enlighten me, no?
Yeah, well, what is happening is that there are some players.
All right, man, I have to leave here because we are prepared for the game tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
But just before me leave, you see.
Somebody was asking if tickets are being sold at the game.
Yes, on $1,000. Man, before we leave, I just want to say it again. It's so important that people come out and support us because we have a chance of going to the second round and winning the Caribbean Club Championship. People, if we win the Caribbean Club Championship, the likely team we're going to play is Inter Miami. And it is in a home and away basis. That means Inter Miami will be coming to Jamaica. So, not to mention, we have a little prize money for collect, which will be probably able to compete with Mount Pleasant a little bit better. So, so you can see how important it is for this competition for us. So people need to come out and support us and support the Jamaican teams. Dundee playing on Thursday against another team. I think it's Cibao from Dominican Republic. So people, You need to come out and support us. All the people who come to the Premier League final and support the Premier League teams, again, you need to come out and support us, and we'll be very, very grateful.
Tell them to subscribe to the channel as well.
Yeah, and remember, subscribe. Well, Management put up to me. Subscribe to Management channel, I Am Sure Sport, and the Cavalier YouTube channel.
Yeah, being hosted by yours truly, Unseen.
And that's the Cavaliers FC channel.
And then members say Management have to come over there and do a program to Unseen. So when you're ready, just call him over, right? But me really have to run there, go down to the venue, but deal with some things. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Speed. Yeah. No, don't be wanting to play Robin Hood from Suriname.
Yes.
Yeah. Unseen, yeah, man. The man them say if a divorce court here come from, someone say, you know, you look dapper.
I'm at work.
Oh, you're at work. All right.
Yeah, you know, in the evening, someone becomes a security.
Okay. Yeah, man. So you're asking about
JC and Hydel in that water with ISSA.
Yeah. We got in some information that there are some players that are not
able to play.
Yeah. Most of them. It could lead to points deduction. So we will see what will become of it. I have a JC person texting me right now, saying that boy, the allegations are not true, and saying that I should not be bashing JC. I want to respect him, but I from my sources I was told that all of this will be headed out, and I have the text messages from people involved in it saying all that they need to get away with these things. They need a very good lawyer, but we understand. So let's see.
A very good lawyer.
I'm sorry. Yeah. You have to have a very good. I read this stuff that I got, but there's a JC person actually texting right now saying that it is not so. And so
I think I know who is the person.
So wait until tomorrow, because tomorrow I understand that some of this must be dealt with. So we will find out. And we will see. Ketarak wants to apologize to the people. He said he had to play at an event, so that is why he left suddenly. You understand me?
Okay.
Yeah.
So tomorrow I'm playing the big details game.
So you have how your first game went?
I won that game 2-1.
Okay. So how did your team look in the first game?
Why? We never looked that good, you know. We never looked good at all. You look.
A team that you coach never look good?
We never look good. We never look good on the first game. You know what is? You know, I'm gonna give you a history, man. Even 2018 when we won the Ben Francis Cup, our first game in the tournament was our worst game. 2019 we lost our first game to Margaret.
I don't like when people talk about Ben Francis Cup. The Ben Francis Cup is a little joke thing, you know.
Okay, but it's what I win, so I have to talk about it. I can't blame you.
Okay.
Yeah. Like when you win look a 5-a-side league down in St. Ann, you talk about it now.
Me? You ever hear me come and talk about 5-a-side league yet? You never hear me talk about 5-a-side league yet. Don't do that to me.
But man is one, you know. People, Shavan, Piet, and all the people about, you know, military going over there. Make sure you come over to Charlie Mount, come support. You understand the schoolboy football and the young with them and cheer them on and things. Big match, you know?
Cavaliers game is playing tomorrow at Sabina Park. Yeah. Tomorrow at Sabina Park. So what are your thoughts on the schoolboy football? And see, we have been discussing the amount of Premier League player playing in the schoolboy league. What are your thoughts on that?
Repeat the question.
Should starters in our Premier League be playing schoolboy football?
I mean, people may look at it different from me, man, but I believe that they should move on to the next level. You know, you dominate schoolboy football, and you're now given a chance at the highest level in the country. I think you should move on, you understand me, and let other person get opportunity to play, and you're trying to level. You understand me? I think is miles ahead of other. They're not getting any, I would say, any better by, you know, a 18-year-old who is dominating schoolboy football, playing against a 14-year-old defender. Come on.
Yeah.
You understand my man is, man? Move on. You dominate it. Go to the Premier League and try to compete with older and get a chance to go overseas. That's my take on it. But you know, other people may say, well, you want to win schoolboy football, you know, you want to showcase them for them can get a scholarship, go overseas. So everybody reason they have some merit behind it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I hear you. Also, I mean, on EPL news, you know, a player who I think could be a good addition to the Jamaica team. He suffered an injury on Saturday, out for 8 months, tore his ACL. That is Rico Henry, the left back at Brentford. I mean, yeah, very, very unfortunate injury. So he'll be out for somewhere around 8 months. Dexter Lembikisa, who picked up I think he had a bone that was stripped right before the Jamaica game. He's coming back and recovering now. So I think, I mean, all being well, you should see him in the Jamaica team come the October games. I mean, I know he was so devastated that he wasn't able to come and play in the recent game, but he scored a beautiful game leading up to that and then picked up that injury. So he's coming back, you understand me? So just want to highlight those things so people can know that, you know, those players who there is some interest in them, that they are back up and running again, you know. So, but very unfortunate, news for Rico Henry. But Dexter should be back in, given that he had recovered from, like I said, that bone bruise that he had. He picked up. Yep.
Man is man, Shawan Perry put up a nice one. that's yeah.
When I started, it was fighting over Sponge at 18 years old, and Mbappe was winning the World Cup. Okay. Yeah.
You understand? So I think sometimes management, the handlers and the parents though are the ones who distance for these ones. You understand me? Sometimes it's wrong, yeah. Because a lot of you know things are there. You know, sometimes the parents benefit more than the players or the handlers.
I like I said, once you reach a certain, like, it didn't make sense for Usain Bolt to go back to school. You understand me? At the rate he was going. I think sometimes that year that he spent in school, and a lot of the Homewood star athletes, they went back when they should not have. That is why I like yeah, that is, and then he end up at school in problem, because what are you going to do? There's nothing really.
More than problem. He got injured. Can't recover now.
Yeah. So I think they should do like what the Clayton did and what Kerrika Hill and Alana Reid. You just don't, when you reach a certain level, it is pointless to go back to school to prove what, to win champs and to do those things. I unless you want to not do the sport professionally, and what you want is to get a quality education, and you feel like you know, staying in school would enable you to do that, then go ahead. But you can't be a professional and then, I think, participate at that level when you have dominated everything. To me, it doesn't make sense. And I find that the athletes and the players who stay back for that extra year, they end up being a year behind. Look who's here.
Like man is man. Like even Malachi Douglas. Malachi Douglas should be playing with Dumbo Olin.
That's what I'm saying, Malachi Douglas.
I'm just wondering how that makes sense. Like, yeah, that's not what it's on. He's supposed to be there.
What about Adrian Reed?
Even Adrian Reed, I think he's on the match card still now with Cavaliers now. I think he's going to the match.
What? Who is saying?
He's going as well. Yeah.
Who is saying that Dexter was injured? What? Of course, Dexter was injured. Listen, brother, I don't know. Dexter got baptized this year. Now. The man is a Christian. The man tell lie, bro. You see, Dexter and I, since very close. We're not family, but we're very close. And if you remember the game before the international break, he scored a beautiful goal. Watch the game, he got a tackle after that. And he had a chip bone. That was very painful. That is why he couldn't make it. I'm telling you, he has recovered enough to play as it continues to heal. So you will see him. And I'm telling you, this is a player that if you listen when the coach speak about him from the Gold Cup, he's going to be like a pillar in this. So I don't know. I don't know, but yeah.
It's a Limal team, a big side now, you know. That's what I'm here.
Limal?
There's a man of for the game tomorrow. Coach is this.
Coach
is this. Me talk. And him barely scrape through versus Bagua. Barely scrape through.
So me support a talk to Dexter. It's just the truth is, people. It's just because we could actually call these people, you know, and get stuff from them. But you're going to break credibility if you do that and play it publicly. But you can ask me supporter. Him will tell you the truth.
Coach is there. Football around in a man. I must win, you know.
In fact, let me tell you this. When you see Dexter again, if the team camps in Jamaica before they go away, ask him what happened to him. I'm telling you, he's a Christian. He's going to tell you that thing can't lie. But if you know them man, that if you talk to him, you'll realize that he's going to be open and truthful and respectful. All right. So check that.
Once the football around.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this now. Leader, I need to hear from you. What going out to Hydel? Me that Hydel and JC in problems. Is there any truth to that, leader? Is it true that Hydel and JC in problem, leader?
You don't know everything, and tell you come on.
Hey, leader, talk to me. Oh, somebody asking about Antonio. All right. Antonio had a very complicated situation, you know, in terms of family and, you know, a move that was in the making, lot of issues. And that, so when those things happen, sometimes it, like, unless you talk to the players or the agent, you can't disclose. And people don't understand, hey, I am learning that even me, maybe some of my assumption about players were wrong, because when you're around them and you listen to them and you talk to the agent, you realize that things are not easy as they seem.
The leader, come on, man.
Rob Smith, you saying that? What? You must be mad. All right, people, if you don't believe me, anytime when you get Hal Grimson on any platform, ask him about his thoughts on Dexter and Kanaya. I am telling you, like, Dexter, unless him woefully fall off farm, is going to be one of those persons you're going to see in Jamaica's team for years to come, along with Kanaya as young players. Remember, I tell you that. So, anytime, because the coach is, maybe I should try and get the coach to come on one of these days. And then I just ask him, because one thing with him talk what happened. Him not afraid to call out what he need to call out.
True.
So, yeah. So you can't hear the coach talk, I want to build this team about young players and have a column like that, and then just drop him. Come on, think about it. drop him, and hey, Javi and Brown need to talk to him too, because remember, like Javi and Brown had to pass a fitness test to play. And that's it, because there was no, you think they would not have? Remember, it's called, remember that without Dexter, the team was in problem because he was the person, and Tavon could not think about it, people. And so I don't know, honestly, I don't know where like some of these things come from. I mean, not hear enough challenging nobody, but I tell you what has been said already. And I find it hard to believe, being around the team, that me don't know, but maybe people have more information. The supporter talk to him. I speak with him, and I know I saw images, but maybe a next man have information. All right, a lot of people saying this. A lot of people saying that the coach love. I can't answer for the coach, but I'm going to tell him my opinion. I don't. All right, so the question is, in the Haiti game, did Jamaica play 4-4-2? Unseen?
Reach later, try to fight the way for coming out the stadium.
All right, so tell me how. All right, the person who are saying that Jamaica play 4-4-2 wasn't. Watch the game again. Jamaica did not play 4-4-2. We didn't. Some know. With Jamaica didn't play 4-4-2 in the first game, and Jamaica did not play 4-4-2 in the second game. Thank you, Planeta. We played 4-2-3-1. There you go. Some don't understand what the coach didn't play that. And the coach, and all of these things, the coach answered in the press conference.
The formation.
The coach answered.
The formation that's what set up on the field.
But the coach in the very initial stages said, when you just take a team, you have to play the very basic stuff until you get used to the player and you start. In the Gold Cup, we weren't 4-4-2. If we'd have to play 4-4-2, we'd have Antonio and like, you understand me? But because we saw those things in some of the friendly games, we just believe that is what he's doing. But the team did not play 4-4-2 in Honduras game, or in the Haiti game, or the Mexico game before that, or the Guatemala game before that, or the Trinidad game, or the St. Kitts game. So which are the games that the coach played 4-4-2?
But honestly, people use formations to justify like how you play. The tactics we use not the formation, just how you sit up on the field and man didn't understand that, you know.
Yeah, but and it's very fluid. So you may play in transition, you may play a particular in offensive transition, you may play a way. In defensive transition, you may play a way. Depending how you press, you may play. So for your high press, you may go 3-4-3, right? When you deep block, you play. So football is not built around a particular formation for the duration of the game. Everything is very fluid. You have inverted players, you have interchanging players. Yeah.
Maybe the tactics is not working on some of the players. They can say that. Or maybe you just not work.
Yeah, how you gonna play? If you play 4-4-2, basically what you're saying is that Demarai Gray and Leon Bailey play wing, midfield. No, the man they play forward, brother. A wing forward. So hey, Jamaican football fans, some of us, no, make no general state, but a lot of us have been traumatized by YouTube, Hey, YouTube traumatized some people, We are telling the truth. I believe that YouTube just messed up some people's mind, that we have lost all objectivity. We have lost all objectivity.
Go up there, the formation determine the play on the field. Formation, bro. The rest of that.
I think that because
They are telling them Mexico use 4-4-2 man is one.
yeah.
Mexico
No.
use 4-4-2
Hey, yeah, man, big up Alvas, you know. When we go to Cincinnati, me link up Alvas. Good youth still.
Oh,
well? But truthfully, it's not an Alvas jersey. It's a Cincinnati jersey, but it's not an Alvas jersey. All right? Defensively, oh shit, look out as all right. Boss Thomas, defensively, let me tell you this. You know, hold on the unseen. You know, in the first game, though, Honduras didn't create a lot of opportunities. In the second game, big up, big coach Mix and the water boy unseen.
Yeah, you want to talk here, see that? He's a big coach Mix and the water boy. Let's see. No, see, I sit down. Just sit down with the virgin.
Big coach, people, that is the big coach just arriving at the building. And him assistant. So let me talk to you, man. What are you? How are you preparing for tomorrow's game? What is the scouting analysis telling you about your opponent tomorrow? And what is the outcome, the desired outcome from that big clash you get against the normal favorite in that zone? You know, Dintil High School, who your protege Unseen has already declared that he's going to beat them. What say you?
Well, we want to win the game. That's natural. But when we look at Dintil have quality all over the field. We come up with a little strategy which we're planning to execute. Hopefully that plan can give us the result that we want. I am lucky enough to be the only Charlie Moore coach who has never lost to Dintil. So Dintil has a thing that
you and Unseen working in tandem.
Yeah, so them will want to beat me now. So we can see what happens tomorrow.
Okay.
But one thing is for sure, no man, we have to play the way we train.
Yeah.
They have to come and beat us. We're not going to change our style to stop Dintil. We know what Dintil come, and we are coming with what we can do too. Let's see on the day which team will get it right. Yeah.
Coaches they say once Unseen they wanna lose.
Tell him to check the young boy about Maga.
Well, they say the real coach has arrived. Yeah, but all right, well, all the best tomorrow and thing. But you guys should be having meeting time with your team now to game strategize and plan and all of them things there. But I mean, don't know.
Later on.
Huh?
We're having that in start.
Yeah, man, but all the best. I'd love to see a team challenge Dintil in that zone, because I think they always have this easy run that don't prepare them properly for when they come into the interzone round. So, yeah.
Man is one, we all said and done, though. Maga played them very well. Maga, I don't really want to say that, but Maga really, boy, and just get to in the last part of the game, man. Get to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big up coaches there. They have a young team, quality young players. You understand me? But them work hard against Maga. Score on him first, man, but they just couldn't take it to him.
Okay. All right, I know you still have to leave Unseen because you have a game to prepare for, but respect for the link as usual.
No, Mr. Mix going down there. I'm still wrong.
Okay. Boss Thomas said defensively our shape look out of sorts. All right, so let me say this, right? In if you go through the World Cup, the team defended well up to the Mexico game. The Mexico game was poor. I think our poor offense led to poor, and our poor midfield player led to us conceding some of those goals because we were caught on the counter. Do you realize that the same way Mexico caught us on the counter for 2 of those goals was the same way Haiti caught Jamaica on the counter for 2 of those goals? But every time the team was in its right position, they couldn't break us down. They couldn't, but when they caught us on the counter, they looked dangerous. I personally believe that ISSA and Pinnock makes a huge difference in the Jamaica defense line. All right, that's one thing. All right. I see the leader calling. Hold on, let's see if you can take this call. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. This is none other than the mighty leader,
the president.
The president of what?
president of scouting.
Let me just
No,
ask
man,
you this one. What is going on with Hydel? Last year, every year them having problem with play. What is going on, leader?
No.
I hear that
What I can say,
I hear that they may be kicked out of the competition this season.
I think the problem that is coming up has a little bit to do with people trying to win matches in the boardroom. But the only thing is that there's a saying, same knife that sticks sheep, stick goat. So
you have to tell us who is the sheep and who is the goat in this case.
Understand another school.
Yes.
I can't call the name, but there's another school that provided info that they might be getting stuck back in regards of that also. So I understand the meeting was today, but some basic things have to be sorted out. We transfers in, that's basically an eligibility. That's all it has to do with. But there are at least two major schools that would be affected, one way or the other, in the interpretation of the rules. Interpretation.
Okay, so the players have not. So the players have not played yet, but they just won't be allowed to play.
The players played already.
No. Okay. In both instances, players have played.
Players have played already.
Players have played.
Both instances, players have played for respective schools. Yes. Both of them wear blue, I understand. Different colors though.
Both of them wear blue.
Different hues.
Okay.
Of blue. I can't say the name of the schools.
Okay, I can say the names. So didn't the schools?
I don't know. If you're guessing, I can't confirm.
Didn't the schools know this rule before? So how did they end up get caught in this rule? Seeing that it is a very
okay, Mannins, I think I'm not even thinking. ISSA needs to rethink this quota rule.
Yeah, but no, leader. Last year when the Mannins you did for play, you never want ISSA to reconsider the rule.
Is that the rule? Is not the issue, man.
We're talking about no. The rules have changed since then.
You are talking about
the rules haven't changed since last year.
So last year you did have a problem with it because it will benefit Mannins. But this year you have no problem with it. Okay, go ahead, leader. You go ahead. Me, I listen to you.
Okay. Look here now. My thing is that ISSA needs to rethink the quota rule because it's making schools into FBI agents, informers, and that sort of thing. That I think the only thing that they have done now, is that they have shortened the time for an appeal. So if you don't appeal within a certain time, that particular match will get swept out of the carpet. So meaning if a youngster is used in a particular match and then not used again, it can't. And if the appeal doesn't come in, you can't sanction the school. That's what ISSA's own rule has, because they have shortened the time for any, because what normally happened in the past was that schools should know of certain players that might have issues and they wait until they gather up a number of points and then they just drop it. So right now, there's the meeting, I understand, should be today, but from what I understand, it might very well, it's only this coincidentally, it may only be the school with the darker shade of blue that might very well be the problem.
I don't think it's the rule.
No team has lost any points yet.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and see.
I don't think the rule is the problem. I think ISSA set up them system is the problem. They want. So for example, if I send in a document with a child for him to play, them just write it up. If it look good from the first scene, they write it on send it in. Then a school complain now and find out the loophole and send it in to ISSA now. Then them act. Why ISSA can't clamp it down from sending the paper, scrutinize the information before?
No, hold on. Unseen, that's impossible. Come on, know how many entries they have to go to. It's physically impossible. No, you know how long, what would happen, Unseen, is that a lot of IDs would not be ready.
But you can't trust people. They may use ID again.
Oh, well, the problem is now is that internal grades were submitted for a youngster that transferred schools. That is one of the problems there now. Internal grades, and that is one of the big problems.
But
and that one is just a close and shut case.
You can use internal grades.
Not when they play.
Yeah, because for example,
from school to school.
Yeah, of course you can use internal. You can give progress report to the player.
No management. Not when the player is moving from school A to school B. If he's at school A, internal can always be used. But
I'm gonna tell him exactly what I want. CXC, art certificate, City and Guilds, school to school.
So no other 14-year-old can be transferred then. They need CXC to transfer.
No, them can't transfer. You might talk like if you're coming.
You know that may I say you can so that's what I'm saying. You guys have to leave out all the ambiguity in the whole thing, because a 14-year-old don't have no CXC.
But him can't just come in and play. Unless
of course, a 14-year-old can come in and play. And they can use his internal grades.
If him not play for the school.
Huh?
Where I come from? If you not play for the school,
Leader, tell Ansi the rule, man. Because Ansi not play anything and I need to know the rule.
If he has played for the school, he has to sit out.
Don't that me I tell man.
Look at what the modification at an age, that's what the rule is now. Under a certain age. But we're speaking about a theoretical thing that we're speaking about now are players that are playing Money Cup. We're not talking about these very young players. The situation now is that there's a player, right, that transferred from one school to another, that internal grades were submitted. And the player, those grades should not have been submitted. It was an oversight of ISSA.
It was an oversight on ISSA. So ISSA, if I oversight on ISSA, ISSA can't sanction the school. ISSA need to be sanctioned.
ISSA not take no blame for that. Man, that's why I said the system needs to change. Them system needs to change. No. Them scrutinize the papers.
ISSA is putting it back that any document that comes in is the sports master and then the principal signs off. So they are saying that anything that comes in is they are assuming that these are all honest. All right, but the problem is the principal does. No, I'm telling you what it is. The supposition. So, but the principal now has to look back to the sports master. Let me tell you the train of events. Normally, the coach and the manager will do up these lists, and then in some cases, the sports master will get involved to sign off and then pass it on to the school, the principal. In cases now, you have cases where the sports master is not an active participant with the thing, and even the principal has to just assume that whatever he's getting is genuine. So yes, you'll have that. You'll have this case here now, where these things have been happening all the while.
That's why the school and become FBI now.
Late in season. Yes, everybody is FBI and informants.
Before quarter,
spoiling the whole thing.
So what you're saying, leader, if you know that a school is doing something wrong, you should not say anything.
What you Sam is that people would keep quiet, because I know for a fact, I have known for schools doing things and they know when they reach the latter part, and everybody does this, right? It's not new. Schools will know, and they know if that school plays you and the school beats you, or it has something to do with your school advancing, that's when they let out the thing out of the bag. And it throws the whole thing out of whack. So ISSA came with this new part of the rule where they gave you a timeline for reporting. So if a school uses player A in all of the matches going down to, say, the quarterfinals, or you understand, and then you only make note of it at a certain point when you know you're supposed to be zoning in the quarterfinalists. It won't help you, because it has to be done within a certain amount of days after the match was played. Because it was, I don't know if you remember, about it was 2 years ago. A lot of schools were dropping out because of that foolishness.
The Camperdown were basically knocked out because I think Excelsior reported on them. I think Tivoli Gardens and Charlie Smith also suffered that.
And Tivoli and Charlie, everybody, and there were more.
So why
JC was also called.
Yeah, JC. Why? What I am saying is that, so if other schools are doing it, why should people keep quiet? If you know somebody is doing something wrong, why shouldn't they talk about it?
I'm not saying people should keep
informer,
quiet.
So why are you calling them informer, FBI agent?
FBI agent.
Look here, ISSA is making it that way.
No, but
and for people to hate.
So leader. If the government says we're gonna give people with firearms 100 years in prison, and we're gonna give the people who give us the information $1 million, and you see somebody and go talk to the police about it, you're an informer.
Look here, you can't put in a criminal offense to something that is something of almost moral turpitude. You can't compare the two, man. That's not the same.
Okay.
Even though, Mannings, let me show you something. A life can possibly be ended because a youngster might not be able to play schoolboy football that year. He might get involved.
No, all right, leader, here's the problem I have with that.
Who has stopped playing?
Leader, yes. Remember I said last year there was a player from Mannings who played the season before. Remember the center forward for Mannings who played the season before and could not play last season. Mannings had to drop a player, right? So watch me. And you were big on the rule and the rule being upheld. This season, you're saying like the interpretation of the rule and how it is being applied and all of those things, like you're making excuses this year. And how it comes across is that because you probably are aligned to one of the schools, you may...
No. My school is not involved. Calabar is not involved.
No, I know that your school, but that's why I'm saying that you may have some sort of connection to one of the schools in this. Maybe through some of the players that are here.
I have connections with both schools. That
is not good. That is not good knowing that there are connection with both schools and things. But the issue of leaders, here's where I have a problem. So if a schoolboy, for example, I know of a case last year where a youngster, two young persons, a 16-year-old, a 16 boy and a 16-year-old girl were in a relationship. The girl got pregnant, right? Watch this. The girl got pregnant. Fine. All right? Bam. Girl got pregnant. The boy is not allowed in the school to play football. But the girl could have the baby and return to school. In that case, I think, which is not really ISSA, is the school. I have a problem with that. I have a problem if the youth is really trying, you admit him in the school at 0, he gets to 40%, and you say to him, you cannot play because you need to be at 50. Because when he to move from 0 to 40, to me, is better than the player who moved from 40 to 60. You understand
exactly.
Those are the things I have an issue with. But where the rule says you cannot use more than 4 players and they must, and then you go beyond that, I have a problem with schools trying to break that. And if people talk about it, I don't think it is like the informer thing. That is my stuff. It's
actually 3 players. But hold on, man, let me give you a quick example of something. I remember some years ago, right? A manager for a certain school and myself was going around getting youngsters, we were recruiting youngsters to go to Woolman's Boys, right? And there was a youngster that he brought from Spanish Town High, right? The youngster was out of school. He wanted a second chance. I never forget this, I remember I called the gentleman after some news came out about this player this year. And I said, remember, wasn't that one of the kids then that we got? And he said, yes. The kid would have gone in a different direction. But he got saved. He got into Woolman's. Jerome Waite helped to change his life. That youngster is in what country is he now? Italy? Look here. Let me tell you something. I think that sometimes principals don't understand that it's not everybody's going to get where they want to get to bookwork. Some of them are going to have to get there through their
No, so me know a baller right now where they are Woolman's. that him not the brightest, but very good footballer and will be very influential in their team, right? No, if it were some school, he would not be allowed to play. But you know, some of these schools are very powerful alumni, you know, and if the alumni sometimes,
those are the
if some of
problems.
the alumni say, listen, principal, the player have to play, you know, the principal have to allow the player to play, you know, or maybe the principal will not be the principal. That's what I'm saying. It's a very difficult situation, and I understand. But Unseen has something to say. Let's hear from him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so we have a case, right? So this season, me and Mr. Meeks, save a school from being school, you know, maybe get banned or them take the 3 points from the school before the competition starts. Because they were adamant to play a player. They have the player from pre-season, play matches. I was said to them, say, hey, that player cannot play. Them say them know the rule. Them have the rule book. Everywhere them go. So I say, all right. So we buck up our one game. The president was there. And we bring up the argument to the president beside the person. And him say, hey, that case try already. Him can't play. And that is when them decide to say, all right, Bali, I can't play. You understand me?
Some leader, leader, some of the schools, right, truthfully believe that they are more powerful than ISSA. And they believe that who is ISSA? They know who we are. Because I am telling you, leader, about that Gallimore can't get away with that. And Fern Court and St. Mary's Technical and St. Mary's College and St. Joseph's.
Iona.
Them not get away with some of them things there. Me, I tell you.
They probably wouldn't try it.
Listen, they are so governed exactly that they wouldn't even try it.
By the way, hold on, man. Let me just make some, because I know people heard what I'm saying, and they assume that the youngster went to let me just finish here.
Before you.
Just a correction I want to make.
No, man, I'm going to allow you to correct it. But someone is asking, if Robbie's asking if you can top up speed transfer budget so you can compete with Mount Pleasant. So you can continue.
I can answer, but then I just want to say, the manager that I'm speaking about, he was aligned with Wolmer's, just like Jerome Waite, before Jerome Waite was there, but this youngster went to Charlie Smith. It's Cervantes you're talking about. I just want to make it clear. Okay? Anyway, look here. I just make the person know that Cavalier builds talent. We don't look out there for go buy a lot of talent. Our talent is
you know what I said that because Mr. Speed just said the two Trinidadian players who gone to Mount Pleasant, they make a bad decision because they should have come a Cavaliers. But so nobody tell me say Cavaliers do this and that because Cavaliers did want the two Trinidad players. Come on now.
Look here, I'm not saying that we don't, we do, but not to that extent that a Mount Pleasant will do it. No. But that's not what we're here about. We're talking about schoolboy football. We're not discussing that. What I'm saying is that ISSA needs to look at what they're doing to see a youngster with his last year of eligibility. In my opinion, if he has no direct chance of going pro at that stage and he's kicked out of school, ISSA needs to remove any sanctions that they would have, really making them a quota player and make them be able to go to any school that they desire and not be, because there are youngsters that were kicked out of school that if another school did not give them a chance, we don't know what would happen with them. There are a lot of boys like that at Hydel who got a chance. And
yeah, but leader, here's the problem.
And so,
but you have to also look at the offense. You have to look at. I think we are being unfair to schools though, because sometimes and to ISSA in this context, because sometimes what some of these you do too. I just can't listen. Me have stories that I've been fighting. Me remember me have a player this season that I was fighting and seeing to get the man to go back to school. Yes, when me see the record and seeing, because him tell me like say no, say me not give and this alone me doing. And I say all right, so meet and talk to people and them say all right, let us reconsider the situation. Let him start hang out with the team and all of that. It's when time I really dive into the thing and start go meeting, and the man them say all right, let me give you it from second farm. All right, all of the suspension. When he should have been expelled and they didn't. Third farm, same issue. Fourth farm, same issue. Fifth farm, same issue. Now, when I play like that, now, get moved out of the school system. You're saying that he should be allowed to go to a next school.
Put him in a different environment. They're different environment. That's his rehabilitation.
Here's my issue now. Here's my issue now. If he's that good, don't go and play schoolboy football. Play with adults, because obviously when you hang out with people your age group, it is a problem. You need to be around older people. Go and play in the Premier League. And if you're not good,
no back up on that.
Hold on. Question. Trevante Stewart and Ronaldo Cephas. Did you know about them before the Premier? Well, Cephas people did, but Trevante. How many people do you know about?
Tell me know Trevante from Trevante, they are Spanish Town. And then he go a child. Where you talking about? What happened? No. What happened is that he did not get, no matter talk like Trevante, get expelled from school.
He was not in school, sir. We went to his house. He was not in school.
To be not in school is different from being expelled from school.
I didn't say he was expelled either.
So
I said he was unable to return.
What I'm saying to you is that some people decide to them now go school.
No. Some people, the schools will say, after you take and you don't get any sub or anything like that, they say, look here, that's it. I know of cases now with a youngster. He was young last year. He went to a school in the country. After he finished, he had 2 more years left. And actually, 2 from this year is a 2. And the school basically said, we're finished. You have to go to do, I don't know what the new thing is that they have there, one of those courses. And I said, no, that doesn't make sense. He's still very young. You understand? So he got a second chance, and he's at Calabar now doing very well. I think everybody that met this youngster, I think, how did this youngster not stay at the school where he was in the country?
Let me give you a better example, leader. Christopher Ainsworth, very talented footballer. He struggled academically. Mm-hmm. We know that. So he's at Cavaliers doing well.
His behavior was very good, though.
But you were talking about academics first. Now you're gone back to behavior now, man.
My switch to goal post.
Yeah.
Okay, go to academically, yes.
Yes, so he was.
No. Okay, no. Continue. Continue.
So the point I am making is, let me give you an example now. Like when I think Christopher Taylor who went back to Calabar. You not do that with them youth there.
He was a 6th farmer, please. He was a 6th farmer.
Did Christopher Taylor go back to Calabar? No, hey, listen, not tell me about no 6th.
Yes, he went back as a 6th farmer.
All right, hold on. How many subjects did Javan Francis?
Upper 6.
Hold on. How many subjects did Javan Francis have in 6th farm? Not tell me.
At least 4 subjects. What? They have to have 4 subjects.
Hey, leader.
Leader. You can't go transit 6 man.
They have anyway, look here. Let me just mention the Ainsworth situation. I'm going to just clear it up because you want to make like it's academics. Ainsworth was not out of school because of academics. So
no. Leader. None
of those two.
I did not say he was out of school. Nobody said that. I am saying to you, no, leader, let me make my point. There are kids who academically, they are not the best. It's not like they cannot read and write, but they are talented. I am saying on many occasions to put them back into a school system, knowing that academics is not their forte, football is. Why are you going to put them back in an academic institution when they have the opportunity to play football, which they are very good at? Why not let them do like Christopher Ainsworth? Not that he could not have gotten some subjects at Calabar.
I'm trying to explain to you. Ainsworth had gone to Barcelona. I don't know how many you know.
Well, that not change the price of rice, leader, but go ahead, make your point.
Right. This
Barcelona community.
It has nothing to do. He could have people I can tell you this, people had it up to even Central Technical were planning to try to get Christopher Ainsworth there until he had signed a professional contract. That broke up everybody's dolly house, right? Okay, so just make that be very, very clear. Up to whenever I normally go and say this youngster is actually still eligible, up to a point, he very well could have even gone back into Calabar.
So no, leader, you're missing. You're here trying to defend the player like people are saying the player is done. Nobody come with that because what you're trying. Listen to what people are saying before you create a defense. Christopher Ainsworth, his strongest thing was his footballing ability. Other persons need to take the pathway like him. While they may be able to read and write and do stuff in school, it is not their strongest point. Playing the sport is. So why put them back in an institution where they're going to play limited football and more focus on their education when they want to play more football and focus less on education? That is the point I am making.
First thing, if you remember that school is academic.
School is not for football either. School is academic. Yeah. However,
if Ainsworth was at St. George's, at KC or at JC especially, I can tell you this, especially JC, and I know my JC friend I'm going to get. There are several cases of JC players getting offers to go pro, and I know of two in particular, right? Rafiq Brand is one, and Shanil Thomas is another. Public knowledge that they were asked to come back to Jamaica College. I don't care who fakes on that one, but it's a fact for the last year, and what happened. Okay.
So
these sometimes it's the schools who pressure them and the coaches.
All right. You're gonna blame JC. I'm gonna have him son.
I just said two.
No. I'm gonna have him son. Right? Him get a professional contract overseas. All right? Bam. Him gone overseas. Your high school call you. Why your mother and your father there? If you say you're mad, no way. Why your mother and your father there?
Man is man too fridge and too area come across.
Me ask leader. I'm asking leader. Where is your mother and your father?
That one. I know both cases personally, I can comment on both cases,
All right.
Both youngsters have very strong parental support.
So how did the parents allow them to come back when they had that massive opportunity in Europe?
No, listen. You don't know how influential coaches and old boys can be. Because the one that a player is being in Turkey, and Kevin Cowan, the super agent, he was at the time had gotten this player into Turkey, and the player left. And you can ask Kevin Cowan about it. He'll confirm it. The player left because JC said, "Come back and play and make a win."
Where is the player? The player is still a minor. Where is the player?
No, he's not a minor. No, that player is an adult.
All right. Where is the player's mother and father to say, no, that's not the best thing for you. Stay in Turkey.
A lot of people, the lure of schoolboy football is so great. And you know that. Last year, by the way, Tariq Ziminis, why did he bother to even play schoolboy football for that latter part? And everybody knew that he was going pro in a matter of months. Why?
Maybe because he wanted to
get football.
No, maybe he wanted to get fit and in condition. The case you're mentioning is different. He could have played
for Mount Pleasant or Harbourview.
Well, but he chose that. Listen, I don't agree with it, but that I understand. The question I'm asking you.
Excuse me?
No, the question I'm asking you.
Manins, hold on. No. I just want to clear one thing out. You agree with Terry Ziminis, a senior national
said
player?
That. No, I didn't say I agree with it. I didn't say I agree with it.
Because maybe I'm thinking not going to play time at Mount Pleasant.
I said I don't agree with it, but I understand. He may not have gotten, he never had a contract. He did not have a contract.
Everybody knew about that contract.
So he was going to walk into a contract. He needed to get himself in condition. Instead of going to a team, being unfit and being on bench and not getting enough time, he went into a situation where he would play. I would not have done.
He was still signed at a club.
Fine. I would not have done that. Right? And I don't. But however, here's what I'm saying. The other player had a contract, according to you, in Turkey. Professional contract. Earning.
Was offered to him. He didn't sign. Was
offered to him. Where we'll be earning millions of Jamaican dollars when converted. You are saying to me that a school calls him and tell him to come back and play schoolboy football. Remember now, the purpose of school is not football, it's for academics. So this player obviously didn't go to college, probably never had a lot of subjects. Why is he coming back to school when he never had all of those things in school already? Just to play football in an academic institution when he was going to be able to play football in Europe and earn money? You have to talk to the
another
parents
title,
about
man.
that. Yeah, but what about the parents?
Well, all I know is that the youngster, last time I heard about him, I think he was playing at Two Kings or one of those places there. I don't know. Really disappointing for me, though. You know,
Parents and now take charge money.
similar thing I know a similar thing. I can talk about this personally also. A youngster, Mr. Thomas, had an offer, and it was the same lure back, same, I don't want to call it, other schools do it, by the way. So I'm not going to say it's the only them. Other schools do it, because, as I said, if Calabar was able to, they actually would have taken Ainsworth back in, but he had signed that professional contract, and that would have probably come out.
Then we could have still picked him in, same making go to 60.
Excuse me? Look here.
So leader, let me ask you a question. Leader, let me ask you a question. If the player says, listen, I want to come back to your school. I don't want to play any football. I just want to focus on my schoolwork. Would the school still give them the space?
They can't take them out of the school, because remember, you know, you can't, under the new thing here now, you know, is that the schools can't put the youngsters out, you know, like that, you know. They can't. And it's, but especially that youngsters have to stay in there till 18.
But you were saying that the school told Trevante not to return.
No, those schools, there are certain schools that it happens a lot with certain schools.
Brother,
they put them out prematurely.
One thing with you, you know. You say one thing.
Talk to Trevante, ask him about it.
Leader, here's the problem you have.
Ask him.
No, man, just here's the problem we have now, because we're going to end short. You see, when me and you talk, you say you make a blanket statement. When me ask you a question, you add some caveat to it. You know, you didn't say this in the you didn't say this in the beginning, no, that there are particular schools who operate a particular way, and Trevante was in one of these schools. You made a blanket statement. So when I brought you full circle, then you say box covers look like management. You know, I will catch me another one. You know, you don't say, oh, but there are certain schools, and you add something. We can't have a discussion like that, leader.
You have certain schools that spend millions more than the budget for the labs and that sort of thing and sports.
Okay.
School pass student money. Them never go into the books. Pass student money, them never go into the books. Them only can spend what the government send them for sports, and then the pass student and put in the rest.
Right.
So we don't know what about school that spend millions. I pass student money.
Hold on. When you say hold on. The budget for either a Calabar, a JC, or a KST could probably fund the entire academic program for your school, sir. At several, I'm talking, trust me, it can.
Careful, leader.
Careful.
Come and say, Asafa Paul come from the school there, you know.
One team, the assistant commissioner of police come from the school there. What matter about? Relax.
Do they look here? All schools are brilliant individuals, but the amount of money. Look here. Hold on. Both of you know the type of budget that some of these schools have, right? It's almost
the budget. You know the budget, but they make it sound like say at the school. You understand me? Them go seek money different.
No, it's not the school's money. No, it's not the schools. It's all past students' money that goes into school. The school really doesn't have that money. To be honest, yes, that is a fact. The school does not have that money. But the past students put the money in there. And it's not a small penny. And they are very willing. Very, very willing. I can say that. I've seen that. You know, it's all of the major schools do that. All of the traditional schools have these people that do it. And I think on another forum, they call them Schoolboy Mafia.
But leader, though, as I say, ISSA needs to step a system where them go out and scrutinize. That's it.
Yeah, but unseen. So this person is right. If I give Mannings $10 million, whose money is it? And they use it. So it's an I pass you.
Some of the school pass them don't give the school the money. Them spend the money.
No, they spend because the school get 10 million and can't say they're going to take 8 and put on labs and 2 on the sport program. No, them can't do that.
So it's different. A difference, you know.
A lot of times to the past students pay the coach themselves.
Past students, we tell us them not give school the money for the football program run. And the principal just work with it.
So what do you think, leader? some of the money put in sports, the school should put it in what?
Okay. In the labs, academic thing. Because look here. I can say I have been a part, or I am a sort of a part of many schools that get these. And I always tell youngsters, look here, now that you get in, you are in. You don't have to play in a football for the school. Just concentrate on your academics. Because once you do your work, they can never put you back out. If you play football well and you don't do the work and you get trouble, they have chances to possibly put you out. Right? So it's up to you what you can do at that stage. You understand? So for me, I don't know. I personally, if it was up to me, I would put an equal amount, but some schools put too much money into the sports alone.
But the truth is not the school. Like, you can't tell me where
not
to
the school, sorry.
What I'm saying is
student.
if I want to buy 1,000 pair of football boots for my school, you can't tell me not to buy it. You can't tell me say a computer I should buy it.
No, I can't.
Because it's my money.
I can't. That's true.
What you can tell me is that you don't want it. but a person contributing can also tell where they want their money to be spent, and they can use the money to give in kind.
Money is, if you send the money to the school and tell them for it, and them spend in a different area and thing, you can't really do.
Yeah, but this person is saying, this person is saying, gift in kind means you have to use the money for the purpose the money was gifted to you.
Well, no, so the money them not do it. Them not do it. I'm in no school like that right now.
Yeah.
All
right, listen, Salida, give us a score prediction. Cavaliers versus MOCA tomorrow. And then after that, they're going to play what? CTAC?
Yeah. Tomorrow it's going to be, I would say that match will be 2-1. Shaniel Thomas will be scoring tomorrow.
So that's 1 for Cavaliers. So the other team winning 2-1?
Mm-hmm. Sorry?
The other team
I said he will be scoring tomorrow. I said it's 2-1 Cavalier. Shaniel Thomas will be scoring. You don't understand what that means?
Oh, so he'll be scoring a double. He'll be scoring a double tomorrow. Okay.
Yes. More than likely, he'll be one of those up for the Golden Boot coming up next year. I guarantee that. It's his time now.
Okay. All right. And all schoolboys are free.
Yes.
No, I was saying a list first.
Once you send in a list of the adult with youngsters from a school, they're getting free. So at this stage right now, anybody listening, if you are from a school, even if you are not a coach, you're a teacher, you can put a list together. Let me tell you, they don't even have to be on the football team. They're under 14. Just get the youngsters in. We have no problem. Just get them in. Okay? And I can tell you this too. If they even come, and any of them might have my number, and they can make the call, if it's something like that, and we can verify certain things, you'll get in. But they have to be with an adult, right? And we can verify certain things.
Okay. All right. Big up yourself, leader. So we should hear the case tomorrow about what is going on at the schools with Blue.
Yeah, you might very well hear that. Nothing else has happened, but there is one youngster, as I said,
I don't think
from your area that is in serious problems.
From my area?
St. Anne's, yes.
Okay, I wonder at which school? One of the Blue schools?
I have to talk to you. No.
Oh, one of the yellow and burgundy? A burgundy?
Yeah. No. He's not from one of those schools. He's from an academy.
Okay.
Let's leave it at that. Guys, there are about 3 of them at that school. So you won't know which one. Sorry, more that you can't know which thing. I'd have to talk to you after you. Can't talk to you.
All right, leader. Lift up yourself.
Yeah, man.
Respect every time. All right,
I don't want to talk certain things, my run.
Yeah. Unseen, anything else you want to say?
I just say people, let's listen out for the result tomorrow. Charlie Mount versus Linfield Technical High School. Try to work with some youngsters, try to give them an opportunity in the sporting realm. So hopefully we can pull out something tomorrow. You know, the Meeks can continue with the good statistics against the Intel.
Okay.
Boy. Yeah, one is one.
Yeah, what is that link you dropped, sir?
It's Cavaliers FC channel. People can go over there and subscribe to Cavaliers FC TV and show your support. You understand me, people? Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. So people, tomorrow we should hear of the case with some of these schools with the players. Like Leader said, they are 2 in blue. JC, Hydel, a couple others may be in there. So we will let you know tomorrow. And if the information is not so, you know that management will come and say, listen, I was misinformed and nothing. But it could also be so, but these schools are some schools are more powerful than others. You understand me? And they have a way of squashing these things. So that could be the possibility as well. But we just thought it would be important for you to get the information. We spoke about the 2 young Trinidadians that have signed for Mount Pleasant for the upcoming season. You understand? We spoke about Rico Henry tearing his ACL and will be out. But before I go, I have to give you some NFL football because my New York Giants had a big comeback yesterday. You understand me? I'm on a live. Hold on the unseen gone just in time. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Do you want to be live on here? Because I'm live on here, sir. How you doing?
Yeah, I was listening to it, but I think it's finished.
Not yet. I can call you back when it is finished. Or you want to talk on here?
No,
All right.
No.
All right. Yeah. That's the parent of a big baller that I think should be in a top academy in Europe, playing in the Money Cup. You probably have say, yo, man, where you going? You know, you understand me, but we will see. You understand me? Yeah, man, please check on it. So tomorrow we'll find out on that and let you know. All right. Yeah. We'll let you know all of that tomorrow. Give you the details on it. So big up to the New York Giants. Big comeback last night to defeat the Atlanta Falcons. I am telling you, Jay, how them Cowboys going? Yeah. Easy shot on Pierce, you know the 100, you understand me. But listen, big up to everyone. Some of you have not seen for a while. Bless up. Really appreciate everyone. Remember, people as well, the super sticker, super chat, working. So you can always support the channel by giving a super sticker or a super chat. Those features are back up and running. You understand me? Yeah, Malachi Douglas played schoolboy football at 19 years old. For the man fair play, if you don't be holding in that thing. Me don't understand. I read all the back. Me don't understand. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, man. But, hey, NFL, man. Raven, Baltimore. Giants 1-1, We shouldn't lose the first game, But I said, go, Damian Jones at them. Shaquan Barkley got injured last night, but we will see. You understand me? Kansas City also going on well too, Yeah. Even 19 yet. He got 19 before the schoolboy football season done fresh guard. Yeah. But 19 or 18, you should not play, man. Come on, man. Yo! Hey, Jason Goda, what you talking about? First game, 40 over. What I talk about? But Julius, next week, I get waxed up. All right. All right, boss. All right. Oh, you mean, Claudine? We want the NFL, man. NFL go hot this year. Hot. What man. Don't this up. All right, don't worry yourself, you know. We'll have the Cowboys again, man. We just hope that Shaq one get back better. You understand me? My defense are tech shaping and Damian Jones are, you know, I run with the ball more. Don't worry, man. Don't worry, man. Don't worry, man. But listen, big up to every single person who have joined the chat. Hey, Fantasy Premier League. Yeah. Jason, not Jason Guna, but Jason. All right. The Fantasy League people. I am sure sports have a Daniel Jones. Yeah, man. Right? The Fantasy League. Dima is not leading anymore. He did say that things may change this weekend because he was going to be busy. But Jason is leading. All right. So, Dre, you got 63 points from the Fantasy League. Yeah? So, what position are they now, Dre? Hold on. Jason, you have to go shoot me the top 10. Duckland, I use so much Manchester United players, man. Yeah. 63 points you get this week, Dre. Demo probably had a rough time. People, it's not too late in there. You can check out the Fantasy League, the I Am Sure Sports Fantasy League. What? You don't see no super chat? Oh, jeez. Oh, you mean? All right. We have to go check that out. No super chat? Yeah, man. Super chat on it, man. I want to go on. Yeah, you mean, man? I know what go on. Don't know what go on. But we'll check it out. Not a problem. We'll check it out. I thought they were on it, you know. But we'll check it out. Not a problem. Not a problem. All right. Yeah. Yep. So there we go, people. So I want to say a big up to every single one of you. Have a blessed day. Oh, I got 64 points. Okay. Oh, no super chat. Not there yet, man. All right, but I need to check on that and then I'll let you know. No, man, it was there before, man. It's not no block for the Jamaica, man. We soon sort it out. But big up. I thought it was there. No, big up to everyone. Bless up. I am management. This is I Am Sure Sports, and as usual, you know how it is. When it gets to this point, we say we are over, and we are O-U-T out of here.
Yo, watch your bad dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Race, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like, yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.